Alright guys, I'm going to quickly run through the background eraser tool, which is one of the best tools I think is in this little collection. So I'm just going to jump over here to my image collection, find something that I want to cut out from the background. Let's have a quick look. To pick something quite easy, so yeah, we'll grab this. I'm just going to drag and drop it on. Now you can see the fact that I've got it in here. So as I say, we're going to use a tool of this toolbar right here, and it looks like a little eraser pencil right here. Well, if you click the little down arrow, it's going to give you the option to select something called the background eraser. Give you a quick overview of the settings for this. We can set the shape of it by selecting this down arrow. You can select from the presets. You can program some more of these in. I'll make another video for that. You can, from a quick selection here, you can quickly select between circle and square. I usually leave mine in circle mode. Size allows us to either adjust the size by clicking these up and down arrows here, which will just make it bigger and smaller, or you can drag this slider bar underneath just by holding left mouse click down on this arrow and then coming underneath it, and you'll see this here. So as you can see, it makes it bigger and smaller. Okay. Hardness is basically the solidness of the actual remove. So say if you want to add a fade to the edge of this color, then you can reduce the hardness and it would make it look like a gradient into the color you're removing from. Okay. Step is the amount the gradient steps off in levels before it reaches the edge of the paintbrush that you're using or the area. Density, again, basically how much of it you want to actually physically delete it. So if you wanted to get rid of everything, you want the density right up to the maximum. Thickness is the thickness of your actual your application to the effect. So between thickness and density, they're almost like the same thing, but they're not quite. You have a play around with them both. You can get a good gradient effect going, or you can get a choppy, slicey effect going depending on how you set those settings. Rotation again allows you to adjust that. The pet, I can never say this word. Sorry. The transparency of it is set by the opacity. I said it then easy. Sharpness again, how sharp you want that tool to be. Sampling continuous limit is continuous again. Sorry, that's not continuous. Basically means actually I'm not actually sure. I'll have to check on that. Auto tolerance, sample merged, and ignore lightness. I don't activate any of those tools currently, but if I find out what they're for, I'll let you know as soon as I can. So now that's all said and done, we're just going to quickly reduce this size. So what does this tool actually do? Well, this tool will actually remove the background of an object and allow you to highlight a single object. So in this one, if we wanted to use this image, maybe I want to use this effect in the middle to make it look like somebody's in the middle of a fishbowl or a globe. Then what I can do is I can use the background tool to remove this outer edge. Because if I copy and paste this across now onto another image, if I just copy that one and it's part later on in the tutorial. So yeah, let's paste it onto this image here quickly. So edit, paste as new layer. So now you can see now we've got those the white square around the outside of it. We might want that. So well, in this case we don't need that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this tool to remove that. So we've selected it, we've set our size, our hardness and our density, how much step we want into it. Play with these settings. Different colors require different level settings, and you can get a good feel for what this tool can be used for. So in this case, I'm just going to quickly remove this background. So here we go. We're just going to left click. Oh, yeah, we want to say this is okay. So this is our background layer. So we want this to be an editable layer. So we're going to say okay. It's going to convert it into a raster layer for us. Then we're going to left click, and then we can left click and drag, or we can just click it in stages. I usually suggest to click it in stages, because if you do it in one go and say we've done this, now if we click undo, we have to then redo all that area again just to get back around to there. We didn't have to if we do it in stages. We can just undo the last little bit done and go back a few steps, or and then redo it, or we can jump it back forwards and backwards depending on what we physically need it for. So we just quickly use the background eraser tool to take out the background on this. Just make sure you click right into the corners. Sometimes there can be a little bit of a bitty residue, so I use the eraser tool. Once I've physically done that, make sure your size is seeable. So I'm just going to drag this down a bit more, and I'm just going to make sure I delete right to the edges. You don't have to do this, but you generally find sometimes that tool may leave a little bit somewhere, and you just want to make sure you've got everything. So once we've got that, we were to copy that now and paste that onto our image like we did before. See that the last one we had a white background on it. We want to get rid of that. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to quickly right click, paste as new layer. Okay, so here's our new layer. This is our raster 3 layer here. We're going to quickly grab our move tool. I'm just going to move it to the side. And as you can see, there's no white background on it. So it allows us to cut different images out, and you can see the slide it now behind the lion there. And you're not going to see the outer background of it. Okay,